For the Flying Eagles of Nigeria, they are in a crucial stage. They just have to win the game against Hungary. That's the last game of the group to qualify for the next round. That match slated for early Sunday morning. And of course, the pendulum also swings to the Super Falcons as the FIFA Women's World Cup kicks off in Canada. Of course, for the girls, it will be a very strong opposition, but we'll be hoping to see them on Monday night when they confront Sweden. And from that point, we should be able to have a clear picture of how far the Super Falcons can go at the FIFA Women's World Cup. It is a big day in Europe today as the UEFA Champions League final. Where will it go to? Will it go to Barcelona or will it go to Juventus? So it is a big, big night of football. This is Hot Sports, and there's so much to offer you on the program this Saturday.
Baby, see, I will show you the word in Teledi. What do you want? Name it, and I'm giving it to you. Oh, baby, I'm a big boy, yo. In fact, you know what? Dial my number and find that yourself. 08134. That is my number. Sending it.
Introducing MTN Caller Field. This service lets you display personalized updates, status messages, share moments, or even advertise your business for your callers to see on their phone whenever they call you. MTN Caller Field lets your callers feel you before they hear you. To sign up, text REG to 50016. Service cost 50 Naira monthly.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Well, it is Milo Slam Dunk, our basketball segment, and today is the grand finale of the Milo Basketball Secondary Schools Championship, that national event that brings out the best of Nigerian kids when it comes to basketball. And the schools will be meeting today at the National Stadium in Lagos, where we'll be having that colorful final sponsored by Milo. Of course, the 7th series game in the NBA Finals is on, and all the explosive actions just taking place there when it comes to world-class basketball. All this will bring to you on our Milo basketball segment.
Slam to win with Nestle Milo. Support the future champions at the Milo Basketball Championship. Watch the thrills, the skills, and the slam dunks. Can't make it to the court? You can still slam to win in stores near you. Buy 2 500-gram packs of Nestle Milo, get a scratch card, scratch the panel on the card, and win lots of exciting prizes instantly. See posters for more details. Everyone is a winner with Nestle Milo. Nestle Milo, the energy food drink of future champions.
The Nestle Milo Secondary Schools Basketball Championship, now in its 17th year, entered the final stages on Monday in Lagos with 12 finalists. The competition, which is built for the National Stadium, will end today. Over 10,000 schools from across the country took part in the preliminaries, which began from the first quarter of the year and ended last month with the Ibadan leg. This year, outstanding players selected from all the participating schools will form an all-stars team that will represent Nigeria at the World College Basketball Championship and other international competitions to be decided by the Nigerian School Sport Federation. The best 50 players will also be invited to camp in August for Top 50 camp anchored by Masai Ujiri of the Toronto Raptors. FIBA Africa Zone 3 has confirmed June 18 to 21 as the date for the inaugural 3x3 tour build for Lagos. President of the zone's board, Colonel Sam Amedu, retired, stated that the 8 countries in the zone were expected to participate in the event. The date for the inaugural 3x3 tour, holding in Lagos and organized by FIBA Africa Zone 3, is set. The event is billed for June 18 to 21, and the 8 countries in the zone, namely Nigeria, Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Liberia, and Niger, are expected to be on ground. The 15-man local organizing committee, headed by former Nigeria Basketball Federation Technical Committee Chairman Professor Adamu Ahmed, has swung into action and met over the weekend in Lagos. As Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers takes center stage on Sunday, here's an overview of some of the statistics in the NBA Finals listing. For the first time since 2005-2006, all teams from a particular division made the playoffs. In this case, all 5 teams from the Southwest Division. The San Antonio Spurs made their 18th straight playoff appearance, while the Atlanta Hawks' 8th straight playoff appearance and the Golden State Warriors' 3rd straight playoff appearance entered the playoffs as the first seeds of their respective conferences. The Cleveland Cavaliers made their first postseason appearance since 2010, the final season of LeBron James' first stint with the Cavaliers. They also made their first conference finals appearance since 2009, where they lost 2-4 to the Orlando Magic, and their finals appearance since 2007, when they were swept by the San Antonio Spurs. For the first time in the NBA playoff history, both conference finals teams, the Golden State Warriors of the West and the Cleveland Cavaliers of the East, held commanding 3-0 series leads. Cleveland went to the finals sweeping the Atlanta Hawks 4-0, while Golden State won their series 4-1, defeating the Houston Rockets. For the first time since the inaugural Basketball Association of America season in 1946-47, both rookie coaches David Blatt of the Cavaliers and Steve Kerr of the Warriors meet each other in the finals.
Well, the Milo Basketball segment brings you all the best all the time when it comes to information and all the actions in basketball. Next week, we'll be bringing you more gist from basketball here in Nigeria. Of course, in Africa, where the Tigers will also be playing and fighting for a place in the All-Africa Games and continental basketball. So expect more on basketball next week on Milo Slam Dunk.
Our people, they talk and say, know how when the nose won't be reach when danger come, you know if you smell them. UAC Soccer Lifeline, the Obonga program, where you they hear all the etc. things them will concern the world of soccer.
They don't say I played that ball as score for where, for my mind.
As one guy won't score ball, he no score. Make a come open mouth say, ah man, I for score this ball. Now if let's talk. Say if na me I for score this ball. Now they look me, you say waiting. Make I say I for score this ball. I shut up. I fella continue. What were you saying? UAC Soccer Lifeline. My name is Dayo. Make I catch you for TV, nothing maker.
It is the main issue on hotsports, and it goes to Global Administration of Football. We are talking about Sepp Blatter, who, of course, has indicated throwing in the towel. So we look forward to a new dispensation when it comes to football administration from FIFA perspective. But the current development makes close football watchers ponder at the tenure of those who have administered football in the capacity of the FIFA presidency. We had a UR Avalanche that administered football as FIFA president for 24 years, and for Sepp Blatter, before he made that U-turn to throw in the towel, has already put in 17 years as a FIFA president. What we are asking on the program this week is that should we have a more democratic dimension when it comes to global football administration by creating a tenure-based presidency for FIFA? Should we have a limited tenure for the FIFA presidency? That is the focus on hotsports this week. And to trash out the main issue will be Biola Kasim and, of course, Chuka Izuebuna.
I appreciate and love FIFA more than anything else, and I only want to do the best for football and for FIFA, our institution. I decided to stand again to be elected because I was convinced that it was the best option for football. The elections are closed, but the challenges that FIFA is facing have not come to an end. FIFA needs profound restructuring. Although the members of FIFA have given me the new mandate, have re-elected me president, this mandate does not seem to be supported by everybody in the world of football, as supporters, clubs, players, those who inspire life in football as much as we do at FIFA. And this is why I will call an extraordinary Congress and put at disposal my function. It is going to be held as soon as possible, and a new president will be elected to follow me as the new president. I will continue to exercise my function as president of FIFA until the new elections are going to be held.
Given the upheaval that we have seen in the past few days in FIFA, there has been a lot of calls that there should be a tenure limit for all of the leaders of the different federations, confederations, and even FIFA itself in terms of the number of tenures that they can spend in leadership positions. The tenure itself has now become a major talking point in the sense that people tie poor performance, people tie lack of integrity, people tie lack of credibility to the number of tenures that you have spent. The general logic that people are putting forward now is to say that once there is no tenure limit, what then happens naturally is that there will be an absence of integrity, there will be a complete lack of credibility, and people being upright. And I totally disagree. I think that it doesn't matter how many tenures or whether there is a limit to tenure or not. What I think matters most is a man's personal conviction, his personal disposition, and how he carries himself and how he conducts himself, and how the electorate, because we should remember, despite all of this talk of tenure limit or no tenure limit, these things, these elective positions are actually voted for. So people vote them in or out. As long as the immediate constituency think that you are doing a good job and they want to keep you in the job, I think that in principle, there's nothing wrong with not having a tenure limit in these positions. That is my own submission.
It's no longer a secret what's been happening with FIFA. Everybody knows the whole story. And like Biola said, what should there be a cap to the tenure of presidency in FIFA or not? I'll submit that there should be a cap. Basically, putting a cap on the presidency is not questioning the integrity of whoever is in charge, whoever is the president. Is done world over. You see countries like the US, countries like Britain, even our own country, Nigeria, there is a cap to the tenure which you can operate as a president or a leader in a system. And if you look at the FIFA Federation, if you see the way it's been run over the years, you see that because there's no cap, that they've been able to create a system where they perpetuate themselves in power and do what they want to do. So I think there should be a cap to the FIFA presidency, so that like it's done in any civilized democracy, whether you're performing or not performing, to allow other people the chance to come and do what you are not able to do, to allow other people to take the federation, to take that system in a different direction from where you're taking it.
Well, like I said with my introductory statement, I do feel that in principle there is nothing wrong with not having tenure limits for elective positions or leadership positions in federations, confederations, and even at FIFA. I think that what we need to focus more are the kind of people that we put forward and systems of checks and balances that can ensure that they conduct themselves in the best way possible. Look, at FIFA level, for instance, you can be voted for or voted against every 5 years. So, for instance, if I wanted to stay at FIFA forever, and I put myself forward after 5 years, if I am voted against, then I have to leave. So automatically there is a limit to my ambition. So I'm saying that in saying that, oh, all FIFA president must not stay more than two terms, no more than 3 terms, in itself is cosmetic. What I think is that if you are in that position and you are doing a good job, you can put yourself forward for elections every 5 years, as long, let me land, as long as people, your immediate constituency, I mean, which are the heads of the different, federations all across the world, can see that you are doing a good job. What we need to address more than anything else, far more fundamental. Let me land, Chuka. Far more fundamental. Let me land, please. You have your time, please. Thank you. Far more fundamental than tenure limits is to put in place a system of checks and balances, so that cronyism and things that are inimical to the progress of the collective of football is something.
The first check and balance that you even put in the system is that cap on the tenure of a president.
How is that check and balance?
First of all, you know that you have so a number of years. Let's say, for instance, you can only do two terms. You know that if you do not do well in your first term, it won't guarantee you a second term. And if, like we've seen in FIFA,
can you use an example?
Like we've seen in FIFA.
Can you do an example?
Let me land with my point first.
Can you give us an example? But an example can actually amplify your point.
But let me
give my point. It can clarify your point. It can elucidate your point.
Let me give my point.
It can expatiate your point.
Biola, as we've seen in FIFA, let's look at the last president before Sepp Blatter. Havelange. He came in, he did a very good job. He actually commercialized FIFA, and he brought in money into FIFA, and we saw the World Cup and other competition grew under him. But after a while, he became stagnant. And instead of allowing the system to grow, instead of allowing the system to blossom, because he had unlimited tenure, as we say, he decided to build a cabal, and that is what has been subsistent. And he anointed a successor, which is the problem with FIFA. If at the initial stage there was a cap system, maybe 2 terms, he knows first time I perform, or if I don't perform, I get kicked out.
And he cannot appoint another successor.
He can appoint another successor, but he can appoint another successor, but it's more difficult.
Can the same cabalism not take place?
It can take place, but it's more difficult.
Have there not been countries that have been brought to their knees by cabals, even though term limits exists?
Yes. But
so can you tell me what evil can occur without term limits?
Unlimited tenure does not allow the opposition a chance to challenge the system that is being run. Clear example exists world over. Let's take, for instance, our very own country, Nigeria. We have a cap system. Yes, but you could see what happened when one party was running the country for a long time, not giving the other opposition a shot at the leadership.
What happened eventually?
Yes, that's what happens, and that's what has happened to FIFA, because people were agitated. People didn't the corruption, the noise that was being made about FIFA, they couldn't take it anymore, and they had FIFA president Sepp Blatter had to go. Also, look at CAF. If you look at the CAF presidency, unlimited tenureship, and Hayatu has succeeded in blocking every loophole that will allow anybody to come in and challenge his authority.
Point made. My point is very, very simple. I think that more important, and I said that the more fundamental problem that we have are the kind of people that we elect to leadership positions, even at the federation level, term limit or no term limit. For instance, I step into the position and there are 2 term limits. 5 years. So mentally, I think that I'll be there for 10 years, right? Is that the point?
Be there for 10
years with the term limits. But the point of the matter is that with cronyism, with a cabal, with a policy of gratifying people, a policy of patronage, you also can stay there for 10 years and be a terrible president, right or wrong?
You can be. Yes.
And the same can apply without a term limit, right or wrong?
It can apply.
But again,
the chances
let me
are
learn,
higher
Chuka,
without a term limit. The chances are higher.
Here is the point. There are other countries in the world that they are not even democracies, but they are far more advanced than democracies.
Biola, there's no foolproof plan in the world.
Thank you.
Yes, but
Chuka,
we know
the fundamental.
We know that there are some plans
Chuka,
that the chances of corruption exist higher because of that plan.
Chuka,
than others.
I've told you. Let me give you a way of staying in office in perpetuity. I know there's a term limit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm there for 10 years. And I've been a bad president as per objectives of the organization that I had. But as per the objectives of my constituency, the people who put me in office, I may have been a fantastic president. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I understand what you mean.
And so I'm there for 10 years. And so I'm about to leave. But because everybody's hands has been soiled, because there's honor among thieves, I also can anoint a successor. And I can put him in office. But Chuka, let me land. Let me land. Okay. And I put him in office. And I can rule by proxy. Right or wrong?
It's possible.
So what I'm saying is that more important than term limit is, let me land. First of all, Chuka, let me land, please. Okay. Creating a framework that means term limit or no term limit. Let me land, please. Term limit or no term limit. The right people will sit in there. Let me land, Chuka. And whether you have a term limit or you don't have a term limit, once certain thresholds are broken, you are gone.
Biola, the issue is...
That's what we need to do.
The issue is
checks and balances.
Biola, the issue
and
is not
institutionalizing them.
The issue right now
is creating a framework.
What is it about? It's about people. Should we put a tenure-based, cap to tenure-based
Chuka, I'm saying it's neither near nor here. It's cosmetic.
Biola, it is not cosmetic.
You cannot prove to me empirically that administrations that have a term limit are far.
Advanced societies have practiced this for many years. It has been working.
We also, some of the richest countries in the world also don't have term limits. So how can you prove it?
Yes, but the most successful have term limits.
What do you mean by the most successful? Success is relative.
Name the countries that don't.
For instance, Qatar, there's not even a democracy. Yeah, in terms of per capita income, they are the highest in the world.
But the human rights abuse in Qatar is very high. Hey. And that is why the whole world is...
Chuka, is that a fact or an allegation?
That is what the world...
Chuka,
it is...
Chuka, is that a fact?
It is a fact. And
by
FIFA has
Chuka,
asked Qatar... FIFA has asked Qatar to address this human rights abuse.
Chuka, you haven't answered my question.
Because a lot of people have challenged the fact that the
world have made this a fact.
Given, we have countries like
Britain,
Germany, France, they've all come
out. Fabulous. Have you been watching your TV in recent times?
Yes, I have.
Have you been reading newspaper in recent times?
Yes.
Have you been going online in recent times? What is happening with the white policemen using black people for target practice? Is that happening in Qatar? And the white policemen are allowed to go scot-free? Is that not happening? Is that not human rights abuse?
It happens everywhere in the
That's
world.
the point. You are not coming back to my point. I'm saying that whether term limit or not, whether
when it happens, there are some systems that you allows you to seek redress, and there are some systems that does. But that's by the
it's not by the way.
It's by the way.
Because you are suggesting that countries that have term limits are better.
We know,
they are more developed. I'm saying that is totally wrong.
We know that
that is completely wrong.
We know that FIFA needs reform.
Yes.
But the first place to start with that reform is to ensure that there is a cap to the number of years, there are a number of terms a president
and I've told you that that's a cosmetic reform.
It is not a cosmetic
reform. The more fundamental reform is putting in place checks and balances that means that term limits.
And after 5 years, you have a chance to kick him out. A good person can be president and you still have the chance to kick him out.
Well, it is the final whistle on hotsports. Of course, as the days roll by, we'll be seeing more drama in terms of global football administration. What we hope to see at the end of the day is a well-focused administration that will be crisis-free and that will just administer football in a way that will continue to attract the best in terms of followership and in terms of sponsorship. So if having a tenure-based FIFA presidency will help forge the way forward and make things go the way we really desire, why not try it and maybe put a stop to this longevity or some sort of dictatorship when it comes to staying for so many years as FIFA president? Well, what's your opinion on this issue? You can get back to us through SMS and through our social network platform where you can make your contributions. As I've said, it's a big night of the best of European football as the UEFA Champions League final comes up tonight between Barcelona and Juventus. We'll be back again next week to bring you more details and more information, of course, more action on hotsports.